TPE 2023 at the 724 Cigar Distribution booth with Kurt. How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good, good, man, good. Nice to meet you. You are the first interview of the morning and of the week, so it's
thank you.
You know, just kind of stumble along. You got the classic beard going on. I can't do that quite myself, but you know. And the thing about the beard is, what beard oil do you prefer?
I don't use any beard oil. I don't.
Okay, no.
I tend to just use conditioner. I don't like the oils. It messes with my skin.
No, I think I know your secret. What you do is you take the oils off of the cigar leaf, you rub that off, and then you rub that in, and that's the classic, right?
Yeah, the classic.
Okay, good. Just a little louder. You're good, brother. So what got you started into the cigars, and tell me a little bit about 724.
Well, 724 is an old historic brand. It started in 1874 in Manchester, New Hampshire. The original factory showroom was 724 Elm Street in Manchester.
Address?
Yeah, so I was a retail tobacconist in the Manchester area, and I recognized the old brand and all the history of the brand, and I started collecting some of the memorabilia like you might see here. This is from the 30s. There's a tip tray from the 20s. And I recognized this brand and the fact that it was defunct in 1963 with the Cuban trade embargo.
Right.
So I worked hard with my lawyer. We got the trademark in place, and we put it back in the market.
Very good. And what year was that approximately?
That was at the, I think we got our first shipment from the factory at the end of '06.
And so the original company had been dormant, let's say.
Yeah, for about 50 years.
About 50 years, then you brought it back to life.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
1874 to 1963, and they closed the doors.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So, just a little bit about yourself first before we get into the cigars. What adult beverage do you like, if any?
Well, I enjoy a lot of adult beverages. I am also in the spirits business, so I own a cigar bar, and we specialize in premium spirits. So I'm always buying barrels. I went to Kentucky last week and bought a barrel from Willet.
Of what again?
Of Willet.
Yeah.
10-year. And we buy barrels from all the big distilleries, and we offer it in our bar and lounge. But I'm also a huge tequila fan, and I buy tequila from Jalisco, Mexico, and we use that in our bars. But I really enjoy probably the most misunderstood spirit.
You're good.
In the U.S.
Yeah, and it's really big. It's kind of like what bourbon did. You know, there's that big surge of all. I kind of hate to say it, but the surge of the hipsters, you know, because they think that's going to be the cool thing, and then you have the languishing effect later of the guys that are really dedicated.
Oh, yeah. We educate people with tequila every day, every week, because most people think tequila, shots, I'm going to get sick, Cuervo Gold. It's not what it is.
No.
It's all about sipping fine tequila.
Yeah, and a good cigar.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So you have a spirit location as well there.
Yes, we do.
Okay, outstanding. So tell me something about what is... Okay, so that you enjoy just any spirits, not any, but high quality spirits, bourbons, scotch, different whiskeys, tequila.
Sure.
You a firearms guy?
I'm not.
You're not? That's okay. Nothing
I live
against
in
you.
New Hampshire where everyone is.
Yeah.
I've never had time to be a firearms guy.
Yeah.
I've been busy hustling and working.
Busy working. Yeah, I hear you. How many locations do you have?
Well, we have 2 retail locations, and we're in our cigar brand is in hundreds of accounts across the country.
So just go ahead and give a pitch, because you know this isn't a sponsored interview. Clearly,
right.
You know, I mean, look at me, right? Yeah, like who would do the sponsorship? But just go ahead and do a pitch for your retail locations. Where are they at?
They're all over the country, but our
yours.
Retail.
Yeah.
So we're located in Londonderry, New Hampshire. That's our headquarters. We have a 10,000 square foot facility there with a cigar retail, lounge and bar, outdoor seating and patio. Right down the street is my warehouse, where we have a 6,000 square foot warehouse.
Yeah.
We do all our distribution. Then we have another store in Hooksett, New Hampshire, which is a little bit smaller, but still a fun place to visit.
Nice and intimate.
Yeah, we're about 40 miles north of Boston.
Okay.
And we're about 40 miles south of the Lakes region, Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire.
Okay, very good. So let's get into what do you have that would be new for the year?
Well, I'm not offering a new cigar this year.
Okay.
Because we're focusing on our core brands. We have 5 different series. The only new item we have is we're getting into pipe tobacco.
Okay.
So these are the 724 Briary blends, and they're manufactured by Cornell and Deal, and Jeremy Reeves blended them for us. We have 2 of them on display now, and we have 2 more coming, hopefully by PCA trade show in July.
Good. Well, we may see you there then.
Yeah,
that'll be very cool because we plan to be there.
As far as the cigars go, we have 5 classic blends.
Let's go right to it then.
So if you come on over here. This is our original series. This is the original 724. That's the factory building that still stands today in Manchester, New Hampshire. Although it's a high-end office building, it's still a landmark in our community. So this is a 6-country blend of tobacco. It features a Brazilian Matafina wrapper. Super smooth, well balanced, and full flavor. So basically, I can hand that cigar to anyone, whether they like mild or medium or full-bodied cigars. It tends to please everyone.
Yeah.
The one below it here is the Factory 57. Back in the turn of the century, the factory was designated Factory 57 by the federal government. That's how they paid their taxes and what they were known for. So this is a richer, fuller-bodied blend that we came out with. It uses a Jalapa Nicaraguan wrapper, still made in Honduras. And exceptionally smooth and well-balanced, but a little bit richer, a little bit fuller-bodied. You step over this way. This is our 1874 series. This was our first Nicaraguan-made cigar, and mostly Nicaraguan tobacco. The only difference that's not Nicaraguan in this is the binder leaf is from Indonesia. It gives it a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of different characteristic than everybody else's Nicaraguan cigars.
And some of that tobacco out of Indonesia is good. Well, Sumatra, you know. Yeah.
So as you can see, some of the old historic pieces from back in the day. And,
oh, very cool.
If you look over here, this is the Hustler series. The Hustler was my second blend we ever came out with. And my goal was to maybe use a Connecticut wrapper, as I was encouraged by some of my mentors that would do really well. Well, if you see it's a striped cigar, it was not intended to be that way. This cigar, we use a Brazilian Matafina and an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. It's designed to be extremely smooth, very well balanced, a little bit of white pepper, but that was just a mistake that we made at the rolling table. Not a mistake, but an experiment. Somebody was goofing around.
An unexpected development.
At the time,
in my world, we call that an unexpected development.
Yeah. You know, in the at the time, the only striped cigar I knew of was the inexpensive kind of gimmicky bundles, and then the Fuente between the lines. So this was a huge gamble on our behalf to come out with a new release of a premium cigar that was striped. So
how long ago did this come out?
That's been out about 10 years.
Really? Wow. Yeah. So still rolling.
Still rolling, and you know, I don't take credit.
Sorry about the pun.
Yeah.
It wasn't intended, but yeah.
But you know, after that came out, it seemed to open the door for a lot more people putting out premiums with a thing called barber pole or stripe.
Right.
So this was my final answer to that Connecticut I mentioned. It's a WK series in honor of my son William Kendall, and it's super smooth. That's what I'm smoking now. I start my day every day. I say I start my day with a WK. It's real, you know, 'cause it's super mild. It's got a lot of flavor. It brings me back to when we first started smoking, you know, back 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, over here, this is a sampling of all the different series, what we call the dog walker. And the dog walker is a size. From my retail experience over the last 26 years, we would always call the small cigars dog walkers. As people would approach, and we're from New Hampshire, they want a small cigar to smoke outside, walking their dog, or out in the garage, you know, where you had no heat. So we came out with this dog walker series. It comes in 4 different series and blends, and it also comes in these 5 packs right here.
Nice,
so if you like
nice,
the
kind of
cigar,
little semi-crush-proof packaging. Yeah.
pick up a 5-pack. This handsome guy. And Factory 57.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, outstanding. What's a typical retail price for your cigar, just in the general
Our
run?
cigars range from about $8 to $11 average price tag.
Okay, good. So very
Retail.
Yeah, very economical. You know, for your premium
Try.
cigar. Yeah.
You know, things have changed a lot over the last 15 years.
Yes, they have.
And when we used to be a good valued $5 cigar, prices are raising. They're going up.
Absolutely.
But just like everything else in this world.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, listen, man. It's been anything else? Anything in the works that we should be, you know, looking at the horizon on?
I don't think so. You know, we're always have new plans, new projects, but nothing that I'm announcing now. July, well, I'm sure we'll have some new things to talk about.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk then.
You guys want to come up and visit us in New Hampshire? Come on up.
I was going to say the location sounds very inviting.
Cool.
Brother Kurt, absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.